So, congratulations to the class of 2017. You know, as I look around you, even into the distance of this beautiful stadium, I see the beaming faces of your friends and your family. Behind me, your professors. We all share in this moment, and we all take great pride in your accomplishments. I want to welcome all of you, family, friends, faculty and administration, SUNY and FIT trustees, honorees, and distinguished guests. I want to offer a special welcome to our colleagues from Istanbul Technical University who join us today. They join us today to celebrate the 18 students who graduate as part of FIT's dual degree program with Istanbul Technical University. So each person is here today, and they add to the joy of this moment for our graduates. And you know, inevitably, it falls to a college president to provide a piece of parting advice, perhaps even wisdom, as we launch you into what we call real life. However, yours is a class that has had more than your share of so-called real life already. After all, you grew up in the shadow of 9/11 and a seemingly endless war. You've lived through the Great Recession. You've seen outbreaks of violence and spasms of ongoing bigotry. Just in the last 2 years, you were witness to an ugly, acrimonious presidential campaign that really blemished our national environment and leaves behind, even today, a distasteful fog of fear and suspicion. And we live in a highly conflicted world. So, my generation stood sentinel over this world. So what can I possibly have the audacity to tell you today? I struggled with this question, I really did. But in the end, I kept coming back to those lovely lines from Emily Dickinson. And she said, "Hope is that thing with feathers that perches in the soul." So as daunting as the world can sometimes seem, we need hope. And I do believe that when we choose our human impulse to be creative and cooperative and compassionate, and it is a choice after all, that there is good reason for hope. And if you doubt it, let me share just one story. It's a story that unfolded at Georgetown University this past year. You see, there was a janitor there who for nearly a decade had worked the night shift in the university library. He was sweeping floors, he was polishing windows, he was dusting. To the professors and the students who came in and out, who occupied the tables and the study carrels, the janitor was invisible. Then one night, out of nowhere, one of those students, a regular at one of the tables, nodded to him as he arrived. Another night, the student said hello, and not long after, there was a handshake. And soon they got to talking, and they discovered how much they had in common. Both, as it turns out, were immigrants. The student was from India, the janitor was from Jamaica. Both were in their 20s. Both saw America as the land of opportunity, and each had avid entrepreneurial ambitions. The student was a junior, majoring in business. The janitor dreamed of opening his own restaurant. They bonded. And after that, every other worker on campus came vividly alive to the student. The cafeteria dishwasher, the groundskeeper, the locker room attendant. Once you see it, he said, you can't unsee it. And he realized that, like his friend, the janitor, each of these people had rich lives and dreams, yet each was invisible to the rest of the Georgetown community. So he was humble but galvanized, and he decided to introduce the janitor and his many coworkers and the rest of the students. So he did what you might do. He started a Facebook page, and he called it Unsung Heroes. And one by one, the Georgetown employees were profiled on that page. The crossing guard, the cook, the housekeepers. There's a kind of wall, he said, between the students and the workers. And I wanted to use this opportunity to share this story and show that they're really like us. The only difference is the color of their uniforms. So his classmates swiftly rose to the occasion. The Facebook page raised $2,500 for the janitor to start a catering business. Students got him catering jobs and helped him put up his own web page that advertises his special Jamaican jerk chicken. They raised enough money to send a cafeteria cashier home to South Sudan to visit family whom he had not seen in 45 years. So the student took this project to the Clinton Global Initiative University last year, and he hopes to turn his unsung heroes into a movement on campuses nationwide. Now, this student is not alone. I'm sure that if you think about it, you can identify someone or many someones who made a difference in the lives of others, unsung heroes who gave you reason to hope. And years ago, the historian Howard Zinn wrote in an essay in which he said, "To be hopeful in bad times is not foolishly romantic." We have to remember that human history is made up not only of tyranny and injustice and cruelty, but also of compassion and courage, kindness, and what we choose to emphasize will determine our lives. If we see only the worst, our capacity to act is destroyed. If we remember the times when people stood up and stood out for reasons of good, we will have the hope and the energy to act. And small acts, he wrote, when multiplied by millions of people, can transform the world. So class of 2017, in these past few years, you've been severely tested. You've been asked to pursue your studies, to learn new skills, to complete complicated and demanding projects in the midst of an angry, anxious, and unstable world. We call that in the midst of real life. And you did it. You did it fueled by your own fierce determination, hard work, and the gifts of creativity that brought you to FIT in the first place. And with those precious gifts, each one of you, like that Georgetown student, has the power to make a difference. So class of 2017, the choice is yours. I urge you to live your real life with an open and vigorous spirit in defiance of all that is bad around us. Live committed to the compassion and the courage and the kindness that represent the very best of us and all of you. And live with that beautiful thing with feathers. Live with hope. In class of 2017, I ask you to make a difference and make us proud. I wish you all good luck and Godspeed.